I don't even know. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you. I can see you. Yep.
Excellent. Well,
is Posty coming on?
I would hope so. He was the one giving me
The grief.
a little bit of a hard time. Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't. I was saying you can do whatever you want.
You did. That's exactly what you said. I'd like to apologize to everybody that's watching. I can't imagine how many people there are. But
everyone needs to know the show's on.
That's true. I had no idea that we were going to do a show tonight. I thought that because the main show was pretty much on hiatus, and Hit the Post was, I thought, taking the week off. And that was really the main reason. I didn't really want to do a show. I was super busy this week. I didn't think that...
Do a show. You don't have to do a show then.
No. Oh, well, hey, for one day, I think I can wrap. I think we can do a one-day wrap-up. Although I guess there was a lot of going on today. Did PGA Minahan get the Twitter account?
What I saw, he was offered and he declined.
Oh, he declined. Oh, wow. I didn't see anything from Colonnade. Did he tweet anything from the show account, or could you tell? Or did anybody?
Well, I couldn't tell. It looked like it's pretty much just Kirk, and this seems like it's all kind of just drummed up stuff, just to kind of get some buzz. What was it? They had a meeting at Barstool the other day or something like that. So I think something was said to Kirk, being like, "Yeah, you got to get your numbers up."
I think I should send Hit the Post the link. That's what I always.
Well, he should be able to come into the StreamYard.
Maybe. I'm still gonna do it real quick here.
But I don't know. It seems pretty drummed up. He never gave a shit about anything like that before, and now he's just rah 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 rah. We need to get to this. We need to get to that. So it sounds like he was cold.
Okay, so did you see the tweet that Steve? There's a good chance he's going to be the.
He's going to produce a show on September 9th, I believe.
Yes. So, I was excited about that.
Let me see what's going on here.
I'm sending him the. There we go. There we go. Oops. I heard they talked about me on Minifandom, I think. Yeah.
I didn't listen. I meant to listen. I forgot though. I wanted to because he mentioned. I think he's mentioned the Sneaks and Tim 1v1. So I wanted to hear what he said about that.
Yeah. I will definitely listen. In fact, if today I woke up this morning, 4:00 in the morning, thinking I was going to just blow out the morning and then have the afternoon to myself, and that is not how it happened. Did you see my tweets yesterday about my nephew?
Yes, well, at the DMV.
Yeah. He's in the other room here. He's asleep now. He goes off to his 2-day guard tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But it's not his room anymore. It's been
right. You kind of took that back over.
Yeah.
So what do you have to do? Go renew his license or something like that?
Oh my God, no! So when he first moved in, we bought the car because it was just going to be cheaper and easier to put him on our insurance and do, and just get it going so that he could drive to work and pick up kids and do whatever we need.
Yeah.
And then I forgot that he was on my insurance the whole time. And then when I realized it, I was like, oh, dude, rent's going up. And then as soon as I said that, he's like, I'm moving out.
So what did he have to do? He had to re-register the car?
Yes, exactly. And that's why we were there.
That's a pain in the ass. I fucking hate going there.
I didn't even... There was about 100 more things I could have tweeted about. It was crazy. The first time we got in there, the paperwork was all wrong, and it was the primary the previous address, so the house that the car was at, which is where he's been living, which is the address that's on his license. He didn't know what to put. He put 123 Riley Street.
So you had to redo the paperwork and just deal with all that shit, waiting lines and all that fun shit.
Yep, 3 times. 3 times we had to go through the circus, whatever it was. But it was crazy. I think they got a kick out of sending people back down the line. Like,
They don't give a fuck.
No one's ever gone to the DMV and had an enjoyable experience.
let me apologize. Hit the post. First off, I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a show to be done tonight.
That was a bullshit excuse. You thought I was going to take the week off? That's bogus.
What? When are you going on vacation? I thought you said you were going on vacation. I thought that's what
Said
talking.
that.
You were going to your parents or something.
My parents live an hour and a half away. I can always do a show.
Oh, I must have misunderstood. Well, I clearly misunderstood.
They're coming here on Sunday.
Okay. All right. My bad.
I'm hoping I can kick them out so I can go see Foreigner.
If you don't ever see me tweet if you don't ever see me tweet something about the show in the morning on Friday morning, say something to me because, I'm in my own world 90% of the time.
You want the link?
I think he just wants to be called Rob, not Sneakers anymore. He's
No, I think that's an inside. That's referring to as 1v1.
Oh, I understand.
Tim, I won't say his name. I'm not gonna deal with that shit. But Sneaks, earlier he requested that he might want him to come on. He might have had some things to say, but I didn't want to promote it because I wasn't sure if he was
We
going to
missed him last night.
We did miss him on the Rice Bucket last night. It was a pretty good show though. But yeah, Sneaks is always missed whenever we do shows.
Chuck Aho was an all timer. That was a great. I always watch back the shows, and that was a great clip to promo it.
Who was on last night?
It was just me, Post as usual. Fitz came on late, kind of like about halfway through.
Yeah. Killer came on.
Same with Killer.
And BA was on early.
Oh yeah, BA was with us. BA was with us from the jump. That's right. So it's nice. It's always fun to have BA on the shows, whatever shows we do, whether it's the weed show or the hockey show.
I should always pull. I always pull 3 clips for the numbers. I should pull a backup, just a Maple Leaf in case.
Are you making? So when's the first NFL game? Did it already?
9 days, 9 or 10 days.
September 8th.
So okay, all right. So we got another week. They had the Ohio. They had the Hall of Fame game, right?
The hottest.
Yeah, they're all. That's the first.
The hottest YouTube NFL gambling show is coming to the 5 on September 8th. Profit picks at 6.
Nice.
Show me anybody. Find me someone else who has documented every single game of the NFL season and picked 54%. Find me someone. Find me who this person is. I found him. I'm right here.
I haven't.
But I explained this to Bio, dude. You listen to like Mutt in the morning, and he'll give his picks, right, or something like that, or Mutt's at night, excuse me, or whoever, the DA, all these guys, they give out their picks, and they'll pick 3-4 games, and they have a worse record than 54%. They're picking and choosing their games. They have their most confident picks, and they suck ass. I pick every single game, and I do better than you.
Did you see Kirk offering up the Twitter account to a Minifan or somebody?
Yeah, it's funny. I tag Cullinane in something. I go back and forth on Cullinane. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I hate him. Well, I tagged him in 95X here in Syracuse. They play alternative music, and they put out a 90s at 9. It's like a riddle, and you have to figure out what song they're going to play for the 90s at 9 song. And it was Natalie Imbruglia, Torn, and that's one of his staples on the hits. So I tagged him in that. I think he's at a concert tonight though, so he didn't even
So
like my tweet.
I missed it, but he was on the mix on SoundCloud doing the hits Thursday morning, I think.
Was it Thursday or yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, I missed it.
I tuned in. I gave him the eyes emoji. Just them watching you.
I
killed the hits. Let's be honest.
I absolutely loved that show when it was on in the mornings. It was perfect timing at that time, and it was just what we needed. I don't remember when it started. Well, actually, I was a little late to it, but I know that it ran right into a time when I think Kirk was taking a break or something, and it was exactly.
And then Kirk hired him. He did like a week or two, and he was done.
Yeah.
Like Kirk called in and said, "Yeah, I want you to keep doing this," and he stopped.
Yeah.
And that's when I ramped it up.
Yeah. Well,
and it was about this time last year because Sacco was 54 weeks ago. Because I was looking back at my old Mixclouds, and the entire month of August I did all Thursday shows because Sacco was there on a Friday. I was traveling, and then Rough and Rowdy was on a Friday. So I think a year ago in August I did all Thursday shows just to be consistent.
Well, actually, that's a great lead off into the review of KMS. What did you think of Team Cupcake and Cupcake's performance?
So she's bitching about like illegal strikes, like the overhand, like pounding. Listen, it's Rough and Rowdy. This isn't boxing, okay? You're not going to get those calls. You're in the wrong league if you're looking for those calls. I mean, yeah, they've had one guy get DQ'd, but it was real bad. I mean, those like, I mean, and she's taller too, so like hitting the top of her head and stuff. It's gonna happen. These are not trained fighters.
Right.
This is
You've been training for 8 weeks, okay?
This is gonna sound however it will sound, but I'm partially back on board with Alex Bennett because I think her family handled the whole thing, like handled Kirk. Oh, don't even roll your eyes. I think your family handled the whole thing really well, but I will admit that the main reason why is because she liked a tweet that I sent at her, which was really a good one. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I was pretty pleased with myself. It was she said something about having an existential crisis or a something where she didn't know what to do with herself. I said, well, it probably does feel really weird, like being productive for once in your life. So, but see, that's what I mean, though. She was good natured, and the whole family seemed really good natured, especially because Kirk can be an asshole. And if I was her dad, I would have.
But it's all work.
I know, but what I'm saying is that the family took it well, and I appreciated that.
I'm not gonna support her and switch to her side like you phony, because I don't agree. I don't think she brings value in the podcast she co-hosts. I think it sucks ass. All the clips are not funny. They're all clickbait. I don't think she does fucking anything. She and her mom got hired as a package deal. I talked about this last week. Because she filmed her mom. She'd set something up in the kitchen, and her mom would come in and be like, "What the fuck is this?" And she'd have her film it on TikTok. Oh, gotcha, mom. And we got hired as a package deal. You don't fucking do anything.
All right.
You're just siding with her because her mom's hot.
Fair enough, but here's the thing. Here's what I would say. What did we get out of this? We got Kirk really engaged for whatever reason.
We get the 5 shows we were promised.
Not yet. But we got Steve. I don't think that Steve.
If fucking Coach Doug sold 5,500 pay-per-views on his link, Alex Bennett sold way fucking more. They definitely hit 70K.
Yeah, I think they probably killed it. I'd be interested to find out. Hold on one second.
I shared it in some chat yesterday, probably the 50. Coach Doug's did like 50, 55, 14, I think,
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
off of his link. No, that's not how much he weighs.
That's what I was about to ask. I heard that like he couldn't even walk. I didn't see it yet.
And my thing with him was like watching. He would post like these training videos, or they'd have it on stool scenes and stuff. And after he would be in the gym training, he had like black shit streaking down his eyes. And I'm like, it looks like Rudy Giuliani's hair when it was streaming down his temples. I'm like, what the fuck is coming out of his eyes? Like, it's not mascara.
Yeah.
It's not from the gloves, because no one else has this. I don't know if it's like diabetes related, or if he's got some kind of sweating, like a gland disease.
Yeah.
It looked like he had makeup streaking down his eyes. It's fucking weird.
Yes, that is weird. So let's see. What else do they talk about?
And one other thing on that, I'm not buying. People are saying, "Oh, he's a fat guy. He's just sweating hard." Fat people sweat a lot. That's not it.
No. I'm not a medical guy. Couldn't imagine what it could have been. What So what else did they talk about? Blind Mike was on.
Montante got him.
Oh yeah, I think
That's a huge game.
I know. I saw that. I haven't heard that episode yet either. But
Way
that's
better than having Nadeau on a 9th time.
I mean, like that's what I'm impressed that I got on there now. I mean, like that's really impressive.
I listened to yours.
What's that?
I listened to yours. I listened to it yesterday.
I enjoyed it. I had a really good time. He said might have me on again sometime. So
That was an older one. You were on a couple weeks ago.
mm-hmm. Which one was an older one?
Yours.
Oh yeah, right.
That wasn't fresh.
Yeah.
He's been cranking them out this week.
Oh yeah. He's big. The soccer's really heating up right now. I guess it sounds like that. Yeah.
Well, I had yours in the queue. I had Stoned, Minifan 420. I had him in the queue. He's always good on Montante's World. I think the three of us align. We have a lot of the same views.
I like him. I hung out with him at the Saco 4 a little bit. Yeah.
I said what's up to him. He was off to do his own thing.
Well, yeah, he seems like quite the entrepreneur.
It was just at the time. This is a year ago. I had just I'd been on It's 420 somewhere like once, and met a bunch of people, and so I saw him like this big beard, a bunch of tats on his arm. I'm like, hey, are you Stone Minifan? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so that was a year ago. That was
Sako was. I just looked at my
Yes.
because I was looking at old Hit the Post. I'm like, why did I do a Thursday? That wasn't Sako. It wasn't that late. And I looked at my email, and it was the week before.
I'm getting all the pictures from last year coming back up in my phone and stuff. And oh my god, I cannot believe how much weight I lost since then. It's no, I'm not arguing or not complaining, but that's it's weird. I can't. I have this one. I actually should show it. That's the thing that I feel bad about, that I didn't have. I didn't grab any clips or anything. I just didn't give. What's that?
I said likewise.
Yeah, I didn't give it much attention this week, and I do apologize to all my fans.
It's been a busy week. Started the new job Monday, going very well.
How did it go? Oh man, I'm sorry. I apologize for not asking about that.
It's awesome. So the thing with this place is I'm used to working for large companies. There's like 45 employees. So it's me and one other accountant. Like, we're running it, and they're paying me a lot of money, but it's because
you have a lot of responsibility.
Well, yeah, you have a lot of responsibilities, and it's just the owners. So like, they want to pay somebody a lot, so they stay because it's just the owners. Like, if they have to hire somebody else, they're the ones training you. So
Mm.
I get paid really well. So
Cool.
yeah, I'm doing well. But like Sunday, I was so excited for Monday. I got like no sleep. I just been
So I know that I know that,
a lot of information. It's a mental fatigue. I'm tired at the end of the day.
and it's all corporate. But I was interested because I think I think that, like you said, me and you align politically, or a little, at least it sounds that way. And in that vein, I wonder, just to put your sort of accountant hat on, when Trump changed the tax code, like I dropped my CPA, and I bet you a lot of people did. And I was just wondering, like, what you felt about that when it happened.
Well,
I'm not for you in particular, but if you're just sort of putting, like, do you think that the CPAs cared at all, or like, that you lost that, like, I don't know, how many,
So CPAs definitely cared. I'm not a CPA, and like I'm an accountant, but I don't do taxes. Like I work in private accounting, so I'm not doing tax returns or anything like that. I do like payroll and stuff. And in a larger company, like Johnny was in San Antonio, not Houston, on this day, so move his wages to the other office. I do entries like that. I don't do taxes and stuff. I could do taxes.
Yeah,
I tell my friends, like, they're like, "Oh, you're an accountant. Can you do my taxes?" I'm like, "Yeah, for $100." And just so you know, I'm gonna run it through TurboTax.
Well, that's that was my thing. So, and I understand that you didn't do taxes. Like, I was just I mean, like, you had to go down some type of road though, where you at some point you chose one way as opposed to another. You didn't when you start to become.
I didn't have to choose. I wasn't smart enough to get a job in public accounting.
Is that okay? Well, anyways, I wonder how much those type of CPAs and those people, how much work they lost, or if they were counting on it or not, because the tax code got really simplified, and I was happy about that. It made it easier on me, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on that.
That's fine.
But just to round that about, like, with like student loans being forgiven, I was having a conversation with one of my more liberal friends, and he lives in California. And we were talking about people who go to school for like a gender studies is the main one. Like, what job are you going to get? And he's like, oh, like useless. He's like, would you say that accounting is a useless major? Like, no, never, because it just can't be done by a computer. I could automate so much, but like, there's a point where you need a person to do it.
Yeah, there's a nuance in there.
It's the second oldest profession on the planet.
Accounting?
Yes. Do you know the first?
Prostitution?
Yes.
Yeah.
And those prostitutes needed somebody to keep their books.
Count for money.
It's true.
Oh, I know. I understand. I agree. But to bring it back to this tax, this is not constitutional. What they're doing, what he's doing. There's no way that it can stand up. You can't forgive that debt. I actually. It's interesting. Did you hear that they're backdating it to a certain date? So I
think that's good.
Well, I mean, it's nice because I actually, if this thing
you're not going to be able to take loans out right now. You're out.
Right.
It's what you already had. Right.
And so I'm excited that I might be inside of that, because I actually just finished paying mine off about a year and a half ago, and I like the last nut was quite a bit. So I don't know. I think I'm probably outside of that window. Either way, though, I do not support it at all. I think this is terrible. And I think that the way it's being done is tyranny.
Is it buying young voters with older people's money?
Yeah, it's buying a very specific subset of people too. Like, it is it's not the poor. He's not really helping poor people. He's helping like middle income.
If I may, we did mention this on Stock Talk Live last night. Out now on YouTube, if you'd like to check it out sometime. I think I explained this to Robbie in our post-show wrap-up. We do that, by the way. I think if somebody's not paying attention to the market and you've got 1 hour a week and you want a good wrap-up, what happened in the last week, I think we do an awesome job. But we did talk about the student loan forgiveness, and I said I think a good way to look at this is who's benefiting from this. It's money going to the lenders.
Yeah,
that's a better way to look at it. So what are they going to use that money to get you to spend your credit on now if that debt gets relieved? Something to think about.
I think that we already have an inflation problem, and it's not going to get any.
That was another one. J Pow talking today in Jackson Hole.
Oh my God!
Market was. I messaged the finance chat. VD was right. Summer of blood red today.
1,000 points.
SPY lost all of its gains from August.
It's I had to.
SPY is below its August 1st price, so an entire month of
I keep like
down.
You guys. Everybody understands, right? Like Powell is Biden's guy, and he came out today and pretty much said, "This is fucking insane." Like, and he's like. You gotta
just get it done. That's I think.
Yeah.
Our agreement was you just gotta get it done.
So you're saying like
rip the Band-Aid off,
like they did in the 80s, like they did like you go 15% or something and just stop the market for.
A lot of people are clamoring for 50 basis points. Robbie's been pushing for 75. That was his. He said, "Hey, if I'm wrong, call me out." Not to call out Robbie, but I think 75. I think he's right. So I don't know.
You're saying that's what they need. That's what they need to put in the inflation.
Yeah. This quantitative easing is not happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what is this Q4 now? Q6?
Well, now, yeah. But
yeah.
Q3 will. Oh, you mean of declining growth? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like they started that quite some time ago. It wasn't Biden administration, but that sounds amazing, and I should start listening to that. So that's Thursdays at 8.
Yes, or when Hit the Rice Bucket ends, we go about a couple minutes after.
All right, excellent.
Bill McNeil tuned in to Hit the Post tonight. I got to check out his request. Eddie Money, Walk on Water. It's gonna play it, but I want to hear it first.
Bill McNeil has been eating mushroom chocolates.
Ooh.
Oh, that was we mentioned Montante's World earlier. That was great when Stoned he was drinking like mushroom tea a couple minutes in, and he's like, by the end of this, I'll be blasting off. And right 2 minutes before they signed off, he's like, I can see like it's all geometrical.
Oh, that's awesome. I told the story about my nephew eating like a bag full of mushrooms before I took him into Boston. This last time, not this nephew, my other nephew. Last time he was out visiting from New York. Now, oh God, no! This one
we're going to Boston to do.
It was he came out with his mom, who I love, that whole family, and I was just showing them Boston. Okay. A group of them hadn't seen it, so we did like the.
But he saw while he was tripping balls.
Oh my God! He started to peak right when we hit Quincy Market. And he's running around the top of that candy store. Sugar. It's like the 2 or 3 story. He was running around the top of it. I thought he was going to jump down. We got inside, get some food, and he really crashed. But he pulled it together, and great kid. Anyways, and I had a blast with him when he was out here. But did you see? Hit the post? Did you see my tweets yesterday about being stuck at the RMV with my nephew?
Yeah. So what's the RMV?
Oh, it's like a DMV except in Massachusetts.
They just call it something different.
Yeah, it's the Registry of Motor Vehicles as opposed to the department. And by the way, I found out lots of different rules than most of the other states. There's a whole form. There's a whole form that you have to have filled out by your insurance company, and it has to have a stamp on it too.
It's just
And
the worst experience.
it is. Hey,
Don't throw
out
that.
of here.
Hey.
Yeah, and I was teasing. It was kind of funny. Finn, please get out of here. Okay, well then go to the bathroom. Anyways, I was teasing. Like the lady was really nice. Most of them were really nice. Yeah. I mean, like I spend most of my time doing stuff for him, anyways. He should be part of this. In fact, I was talking to the guy that does the book club with me, Sig, and I was gonna try and find something for him, like a cartoon, something like do some type of YouTube show with him. I don't know what yet though. And at the moment, I just want to strangle him. So maybe I just film his death.
If you want to read that book, just let me know. I signed up for a library card.
Yeah, like
That day I did.
Into your shirt.
let's go. Come on.
There's
Yeah.
public libraries a block away from where I work. I walked over, signed up. So if you want to read that book, I'll see if they got it.
Perfect. Yeah. I am putting together a couple different other books, like so the autism book is amazing. So that's what we're currently reading. We're at the front end of it, and you really should tune in. It's on Thursday nights normally too. Sig had another vacation, and he was really showing his white privilege.
What's that?
I don't know, but it's time that he got to relax, and but it was good because it hit at a perfect time when you just finished the Mindhunter book.
You gonna cut him from being a co-host and make him a guest?
No, is that what I called him?
No, but he's taking a vacation. Like what? 3 episodes in?
I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Did he negotiate that in his contract?
Yes, he did. He came on board saying that he had this planned months in advance.
What did I say? When I re-up my Hit the Rice Bucket contract, I'm getting all bank holidays off.
That works because I get them off too.
Perfect timing. Yeah. So, but I think I might be doing a political book with. I don't know if he wants me to say his name or not, but with a minute.
Atlas Shrugged.
No. So the book is
the art of the comeback.
No, I do want to read Atlas.
Those are the 2 political books I own.
This one.
No, I have Stephen Colbert. I Am America, and So Can You.
That's the one where he's still being his parody O'Reilly.
Yeah, when he was good, that was like
That was funny. When his parody of O'Reilly is just as good as O'Reilly, and I would venture to say that it's not that far off from what Jesse Waters does. Like, it's almost the same thing.
Political philosophy. I never sold that back to the bookstore.
Which one? What was it called?
Political philosophy. I think it's got like a Homer and Aristotle and shit.
I read Ben Shapiro's philosophy book. Pretty heady, but I like the stuff about I think Kant. I think wasn't it?
Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, they all are, right? Let's see. Solomon Rushdie lost an eye. That was disappointing.
Is that what happened to him?
Yeah, at least an eye. That's the last I had heard.
Jesus Christ.
everybody. Oh, you know what? I have one fantasy football league, and I don't even know. I know when it picks. It always picks the
Big draft tomorrow.
Yeah, that was what I was about to ask you guys. So, how many fantasy football leagues do you guys do? And you guys,
Normally it's the one, but I got invited to this one. It's a Premier League, so
oh yeah,
I couldn't turn it down.
absolutely.
And on the chance that I win, I really want to collect some weed from these guys.
Well, that's exciting.
It'd be a good excuse to drive out and hang out with you guys and
I think that's that.
and collect or deliver. If I lose, I'd love to come out and deliver in person instead of just Venmoing cash or whatever. I think it's more fun.
I think it would be awesome. Yeah, I had the preseason game on, but I mean it's the fourth game. Is that what you're watching, Pat?
What happened, bud?
He's playing the show.
Oh, you're playing.
I'm playing PlayStation. Yeah, no. Why? What were we talking about again?
Oh, I was just saying. I had the preseason game on, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, no. I don't watch. I never watch. Even the Patriots. I don't watch fucking preseason.
Yeah.
Preseason doesn't matter at all.
No, I don't watch
I
preseason.
still like to see the
hockey, and I love hockey.
Yeah.
I barely watch any preseason hockey.
Teasers are really profitable in preseason.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would never bet preseason anything.
Right.
Yeah, but for a little bit of extra juice, you can find lines. We'll get into it in Profit Picks at 6. Don't you worry.
Save it for the show. Absolutely. That's what I like to say.
I was watching old episodes. I watch people, arrogant people like Kirk will say, I never watch, I never listen to my stuff. Oh, I watch and I try to improve.
I try not. But I sometimes if I say something stupid and I hear it back, I'll get fucking douche chills. So that's why
I try to improve.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I agree. I've not listened back yet to myself. I'm
like sometimes I'll try to hit the post and I'll say, oh, we got David Bowie here, blah blah blah. Here's David Bowie. Like say it twice and you sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Trying to correct bad behavior.
Well, that's something I've been thinking about lately. Actually, not correcting bad behavior, but listening to myself, like sound checks. Just to. My thing.
Record everything.
Yeah, I lost one of the book club episodes somehow. I don't know. I think it's still on Twitter somewhere. So it was like.
I think so.
Yeah.
If it was an early one before you were able to go, that one episode I put you live on YouTube. Remember, I came in with you and Sig.
Yeah.
I put you live on you. I think anything before that would be on Twitter.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
so you could go back to your profile, like on media, and it should be there.
Okay, I'll check that out. And I know exactly what you're talking about as far as on the profile, that media button. I gotta say, I'm really, really happy with where the book club is and kind of where I see it going. I feel really comfortable. I wish everybody didn't hate Sig so much, but hey, what are you gonna do? You pick a lib.
It's also the books you choose. Like I said, you might want to consider doing like a poll, and whatever book is most popular, that's what we read, and you might get some more people following along.
That's a good idea too. I have another one that I'm really kind of hot, but the thing, so it's the Jeff Ross book. I thought like something light.
He liked one of my tweets one time.
He is hilarious, and it's his biography, and it is hilarious.
It was a weird thing. Like I didn't even tag him. I replied to somebody. I was like, "Oh, Jeff Ross did a funny thing," and he must have searched his own name, and he liked my tweet.
They love doing that shit.
Some people do. I did the same thing. It wasn't a person. It was just the X-Men, the cartoon from the 90s. I am a huge fan of it. In fact, I mentioned it
when Wolverine was yellow and blue.
Yeah, exactly. And it had like, well, I mean, I guess he always had the crush on the, what's her name, the redhead. But I I
Rogue.
mentioned it when it first came out on Disney, and
Rogue.
one of the creators liked it. So
Pretty
they
good.
did, you just set up some type of notification.
I had to fucking, speaking of Twitter battles, I had to fucking defend myself with the Hit the Rice Bucket show account because some blue check mark was going at me for replying to a Spittin' Chicklets tweet, and I had to step in with the show account so I didn't look like I look like an even bigger dummy because I'm admitting it. I didn't defend myself. I used the show account to defend myself as if it was somebody saying it. Pat, I said, hey, Mr. Party Pooper, we're the only ones that can be mean to our producer. Well, because I gave they were talking about Carey Price on their show. They posted a clip, and that dummy Grinelli. This would never happen on my watch. By the way, he deleted the tweet like 8 minutes after it had been up, and so I had to reply to the new tweet with the same comment, and some blue check mark says, actually, and it's like, hey, Mr. Party Pooper, like, fuck off.
I've got to show this picture because the absolute it's the worst tweet I've seen. It's so painful in so many different ways.
Pat, I've never even heard of this guy. Eckhart's Ladder. His bio says he's a YouTuber. So are we, pal.
I've never heard of that fucking.
We don't have 46 or 41,000 followers though.
There we go.
We could have bought a lot of those.
42,000. Oh boy. Hashtag blessed noodle merchant. Tap Calf podcast. Twin Sons Esports. He's got his email in his bio. We should spam him. He's followed by Biz.
One second.
Loser.
There we go.
Messing with HTP on a Friday? Forget about it.
Here we go. We got a diamond player. Come on, give me Mets or fucking Angels. God damn it! If this is a fucking, I need some good pack luck here, boys.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask. BioDude, don't you live in New Hampshire?
I grew up in New Hampshire. I live down on the Cape.
Oh, that's far.
Far from where you are in Syracuse?
From Hampstead, New Hampshire.
Oh, from Hampstead? Yeah, and it's a ways, but I actually get up there quite often for work.
I'll let you know because I'm going to be out there for work as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely.
September.
This is the picture.
Oh, yeah. You know who was going off today with fake captions on this was Cullinane's roommate.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
got the snake in his name.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy was killing it today. It was
and that is exactly what I had to bring up was that tweet that tweet that he sent was
Tagaz?
so good and so bad at the same time. It was so painful.
Pull it up.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I do have it right here. Hold on. This is what I mean about should have pulled taken some time to pull these clips out before now. There we go. But I am getting quicker at it, at least. And I don't know that I should get comfortable with this silence.
At Cullinane's story.
Here we go. And I don't know what that's doing there. Share. I mean, it's clear. Since I left as co-host, Kirk has been unstable. He's desperately seeking validation from Twitter followers. Just between you and me, he'll be back at McLean's before the Jets season opener. I hate how true it sounds. It rings. At least I could see him saying that. And then I hate how it looks. I love those pastel colors. They're so beautiful on such an ugly, ugly person, both inside and out. Who's the blonde? Is that what's her face? I don't know. I need to stop sharing my screen.
Completely different levels.
What's that? Thank you.
Completely different levels.
Different levels of what? Oh,
Remember his argument with Justin? We're on different levels.
Yeah, when he was being douchey. Did they talk about him on Monday? Well, you know what? How excited were you guys that is that your screen that you're sharing?
Yeah,
Post,
I can't share yours.
Oh, all right. Good point. It's mine.
Or is that one that he had to Gaz? Or is that one he had to Gaz about?
Oh, I can't hear anything. Hold on. Somebody's muted.
That's you, dog.
Did I do that? I didn't do that.
I got it. Maybe it wasn't him. I gotta find this. Oh, we lost him.
Oh, where'd he go? He restarted his computer.
One of them. Last week he had 3 computers going. He tricked me. That's how he got me to join. He tricked me. He had a.
You can't hear anything.
He had one of his computers with the camera off, and he had it set as HBM. And I was like, "Why isn't Highblind Mike talking?" He goes, "Oh, that's not him. That's one of my computers."
Can you still can't hear us, Bio? I wonder what's wrong with his gimmick. Look at him just. We can hear him though, right?
I have to.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Cats are fucking
I'm
around
trying to
here.
find this Gaz
Front,
tweet.
left, front, right.
He pulled himself out. He's doing this himself.
He's
This
figuring
freaking
it
guy,
out.
Pat.
What's he doing? What the heck, dude?
This guy.
Can't hear
This guy
anything.
first he thinks I'm taking a week.
I'm gonna switch computers. Hold on.
First he thinks I'm taking a week off. I said, "Hey, start your show anytime. Don't wait for me. I'm gonna go an hour and a half. What did I go? 91 minutes. Time that perfect."
He sure did. Fucking cats behind me are fucking around.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I got it. I found it. It was Colonnades roommate.
There you go.
You can hear us?
I can hear you now. Was that me? Did I do that?
Perfect timing. So I did find that tweet. So it's Gaz tweeted absolutely beautiful skyline here at Barcelona HQ summer party. Colonnades roommate says, And every election year, you can pick any film from any year prior
that
to
was
that
great.
year. Just an awesome tweet. He was on fire today.
Yeah, they were real good. Yeah, I Twitter, like between the DMV stuff yesterday or the RMV stuff yesterday, I had a blast on Twitter the last 24 hours. I wish I had more time today, but
Oh, you know what podcast I listened to today was Manners with Lore and B&B.
oh yeah.
I've been backed up on my podcast, so I caught up on a bunch that were in the queue this week, and they were shouting you out.
I did listen to that one for
She
sure.
said you're funny on Twitter.
I know. Yeah.
So that was right after the Wilbur, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was a Wilbur wrap up.
Yeah. We're still going to try and run across Maine, I think, or I hope so. That'd be fun. The from Madawaska to Saco.
Yeah.
I was doing the math. It seems like 30 people, 10 miles each. 35 people, 10 miles each. Like 3 days, you rent one van, and you just have 3 like rally points, and you just make sure that at each rally point you have 20 people. Why? That you can't do that.
I told you, you're thinking about it wrong. You need
I'm not-
people in different cities
This
to
is
just run in their city. It's not going to work if you try to run the whole. No,
this is
you
insane,
need to have 30 people in Maine. They
Okay.
all run their mileage, and it starts. So we start in Madawaska. We got our 30 people that ran 5 miles each. That's 150 miles, and now where are we? So we got to get to this. We got to get to this. You know, we get to Syracuse. I'll
Okay.
give you 10 miles. Okay, that only gets us just outside Syracuse. We need more upstate New York people, central New York. You know,
I'm just talking about the main thing. Now he put the across America on hold. I don't know if America's even logistically
you're
possible.
talking about walking behind people in a van, walking down the highway, running down the highway. You gotta just have people do it in each state. We'll build up miles, and this gets us this far. This gets us this far.
Well,
And none of the people that are to the west, none of their miles count until the people on east
And
of
that's how you-
this point have built up enough miles to get there.
I understand that, but you are thinking outside of the box that Kirk put.
Well,
Like
a lot better than Conan. He stuck up that stupid map.
I think you have to think the way he's thinking, and
Guy got fired off the Twitter account today. God damn it!
oh yeah. So did he get fired? I didn't see how it ended. I didn't.
He's concerned about his personal brand. Dave
Yeah.
Portnoy knows who he is now, and he's big time Cullinane. He's gonna save the YouTube channel. What happened to that? He's gonna save the network. What happened to that? Came in, all he did was do KMS in cursive. That's all he did, and he did the new Minifan logo with Kirk with his arms out, leaning
He
back.
built a cross.
That's all he did.
That's all I did. I'm excited.
Cullinane, you stink, and you never could have figured out that riddle that 95X put out tonight. I got it in 4 minutes.
Well, maybe Steve will stick around.
I like Steve.
I like Steve too. I listened to Howie Carr for a long time. I started listening to him again this week because there was nothing else to listen to. Did there not being any or not enough KMS like mess up your schedule at all? I know you said you had a bunch of stuff in the queue anyways.
My thing is, when it's on YouTube, I want to watch it on YouTube instead of listening to it.
Uh-huh.
That's the problem with a lot of podcasts now. Is if it's on YouTube, I kind of want to see them
Mm-hmm.
and watch it rather than listen.
Yeah.
So ones that are audio only, I save for listening at work.
I
And
need to get,
ones that are on YouTube, I try to watch at home on
I-
my PlayStation.
I need to get into like a routine. Is that a 5 or a 4? I don't.
4. We're looking at the 5.
Yeah.
The priority is to upgrade this PC. It's in dire need.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I have like gaming PCs.
This thing's in dire need. I'm gonna build a new one.
Do you have what's the graphics card in it?
Not applicable.
Not it doesn't even matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
built on the motherboard.
Yeah.
But I think I have a 4 gig. Like it's an AMD.
It's like mine's like an AMD like 950 Black Edition. This thing's over a decade old.
Yeah. I always keep them just long enough.
I'm looking to have a new PC built before Dr. Vodka gets a camera.
How's he doing? I haven't seen him or.
He's good. We got one more week without him, and so next week he's off, and the following week he said he'll be back.
That's great. He's hilarious. He cracks me up. Yeah, he's out of like North Carolina.
He plays into the bit. It was an unintentional bit, and now it's really funny on the show, where I didn't realize. So we do every show, every episode. Next one will be episode 24. Who's your favorite 24 that played in the NHL? Right?
Oh, okay.
And unknowingly, I pulled multiple episodes in a row of someone's favorite player or a famous player that wore that number, and it was them scoring on the Capitals, his favorite team.
Oh.
And so that he was like, "What the fuck?" And I didn't know what he was saying. I was like, "What? What?"
Like,
they scored on the Caps. I'm like, "Oh," and then it became a running thing. Now it's great.
That's funny. So he gets upset every time. Doesn't matter what number it is.
Yeah,
Well,
it's funny
because
there's so many like rare instances. It's like, episode 15 was a great one. Ryan Getzlaff, he gets his 1,000th point off an assist, which doesn't. It was he had like nothing to do with the play. It's his 1,000th assist, and it's against the Capitals. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And Sneaks jumps in. He's like, "What? This is 1,000th point. What?"
It's just so funny how that the funniest part is how it's just the coincidence of it all.
It works out. You can find somebody that wore that number that scored against the Caps in something meaningful.
You ever see you ever listen to Callahan's like encyclopedic knowledge of jersey numbers and the athlete that wore them?
I've never done that. I will say Montante has a real skill for naming. If you pick an NFL player, he can tell you where they went to college.
Yeah,
like scary.
That's stuff's pretty impressive to me. Like when they had that type of like recall of specific.
He's really good at it.
My wife has that, but only for like people's birthdays. It's useful, but not
That's
as
what Facebook's for.
Yeah, no kidding. Exactly.
It's the birthday calendar.
Yeah, it's impressive though. It's still impressive. So when is KMS back? Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I'm behind.
You're still behind, huh?
I told you I want to watch it on YouTube. Listen,
Fair-
man.
Fair enough.
Hey, guy. You thought I was taking today off. I did 2 shows yesterday. I cut up clips. I promoted it. And I did my own show tonight. I went an extra 30 minutes.
I can't.
And then I jump on here. I pressure you to come on here.
No, you know what? Thank you, though.
Don't say how come you haven't listened to KMS. I want to watch it on YouTube. I've been busy.
I apologize 1,000 times. I apologize. In fact, thank you. Thank you for being.
Who do you think finds the On This Day in Hockey and tweets it from the Hit the Rice Bucket account?
HTP.
It's not Dr. Vodka. Dr. Sober.
It's not. Well, I appreciate you reaching, coming on, and because honest to God, I
listened to your
myself last week because I swear to God, I thought that's like at the end of the show. I thought that's what we were talking about was that next week. I can't wait. I can't wait to like see.
I never said that.
No, I didn't. I guess I didn't. I don't
Maybe
know.
you said that and I said okay, but
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why I would agree to that.
No, and that's silly. And that's the other thing. I want to put together that web page where it's just a simple like little web page that looks like a little TV guide.
That'd
And
be funny.
yeah, I really
We need a graphics guy. We got to recruit a graphics guy to make logos.
somebody with an art.
I've looked on Canva. It's not as easy as Steve Robinson made it seem.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I think
They did a Canva ad on KMS. He's like, I use it for KMS. It's super easy, and you can get a free upgrade to the pro version and get like all of their logos that they have. But I'm not artistically inclined. I can't design a logo.
Same. Like my art is making like a little electronics and things like that. I couldn't do any type of that drawing and stuff like that. I'm always in awe of people like that have that eye. Yeah, well, musically too. You know, the ear for it.
Well, that's something that can be trained and learned. I think music you can.
I think
At least for me, I pick it up easier than being able to draw.
I think everything can be trained and learned to a point, but like the people that just are natural at. Oh, hey, you know what? So I do have some notes about the show. Now that I mean, like I did keep notes, and on top of that, there's something that's been driving me nuts.
Just one quick thing on music. So I played trumpet from, I think, fourth grade to into college. I'll catch myself like watching back at the post, and I can see my cadence changing to the beat of the music.
Mm-hmm.
So it is something that's learned.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that the timing. I think that there's a bunch of things that you can learn, and only because I tried to learn a lot of stuff and I didn't learn any of it. I have no sense of timing, or not musical timing. I do think I have comedic timing that relatively good. But question, and so you're not from around here, so I doubt you listen to the radio, FM radio around here. But Carson and Kennedy, I'm sure you've heard them talk about, and I'm sure you know.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. Pat.
Yeah.
Carson and Kennedy, do you accidentally happen to hear them every now and then when you're getting into your car or anything?
To be honest, no. If I was ever going to like listen to that, it would be like if I was in like a customer's office.
Something like that. Exactly. That's exactly where I'm going with this. Like,
okay.
I happen to have to hear it every now and then.
Sure.
Okay, so Kennedy is doing these parody songs, and they're good. They're not good. They're not good.
They're not good.
They're not good, right? But they're quality in the sense that they're better than what she could do. So
they're very well produced, but they're probably terrible.
Right, exactly. And thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I have to ask myself, like, this comes out of nowhere, but there's good in the sense that, like, could Matt Carano be working for an enemy? Like,
He's talented. He's just fucking weird.
Right. And so I'm saying, I'm wondering if he even if he isn't, I think that would be a great thing for him to do, is write some parody songs for her, because she's turning them out like 2 a week, and they're cute. I know you get. I think for that crowd that listens to it.
I think with Carano, he puts out volume, and he hits on a lot of them, but the ones that don't, people make fun of him for. But I mean, it's just another song. Like he's got good ones. Like his good ones are great. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think he's. I mean, like I've always thought
some of the ones, like I heard some on Rome, and it's like, but some of them are really clever. I mean, the promo that he did, that like Hoedown song.
I think a lot of the stuff he does is
really talented.
And I think. The Quantum Week was, without a doubt, out of everything that's ever come out of the KMS universe, is my favorite thing to come out of it. And
your favorite, though, I think the best is Why Are You Laughing is a really good podcast.
some of the episodes I really enjoyed just because, like the opening.
I don't listen to all of
one,
them, but if it's something
I
that
listen
I'm
to the ones that would
interested
interest me, like
in,
the
yeah,
OJ
comedians that
Howard
bombed on
stuff.
stage. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the old radio stuff because I used to listen to Stern since I was 10. Opie and Anthony, so all that stuff I was very interested in listening to.
They do a good job and they stay on topic.
Mike is proficient, like prolific, I should say, prolific. I mean,
Phil Hartman one too because I'm a big Phil guy, so I enjoyed that one.
yeah, I'm a Patreon. I've been a Patreon member for a couple of years. Actually, I went from Quantum Week to Blind Mike, so whenever they quit is when I switched over. So I should listen to it more. I like Mike. I think he's funny. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to sort of apologize to him. I guess I made a joke at him that he didn't like. And it
I'll be honest, I unsubscribed from both because I was only listening to the free episodes.
I wound up doing that with Quantum Week because like towards the end, they really got like they were getting beat up with bad movies and stuff, and the stuff that was on the Patreon wasn't that great. But I didn't quit. It's $5. I only did the $5, but I really felt like I got $5 worth from them without a doubt, more than that. I thought it was.
No offense to either shows, but my life is better without getting an email and a Patreon notification every time they upload an episode. And Mike's got like 3 shows coming out a day, so
Oh yeah, I know.
it was convenient to not get that buzz and then immediately get the other buzz right after.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, email. Hey, it's on Patreon, and then Patreon says, "Hey, it's on Patreon."
Yeah, fair enough, and I get that too. And yeah, you're right.
I still listen, but it's like I'm only listening to the free ones anyway.
I think that you're right about that. I get them all the time. Now that you mentioned,
That was me.
but I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you supposed to do about that if you're like the promoter? Like if you're Mike, I mean, like just
he did the right thing. Was hey, if you pay more money, I
What
set
you-
it so that you don't get notifications.
that's
You pay this much and you get no contact.
that is genius. So I am going to have a book club next week, and there might be. The book is so good. There might be a special. So I've been in talks with different people about doing like a 2-hour special on the book.
Oh,
And I haven't figured out exactly when that would be, but
who is you've been in talks with different people? Who's this? Netflix?
oh no,
HBO
no!
Max?
I mean, it will definitely come to our network. I was just saying, like, to bring on special guests, talk about different parts of the book.
You gotta wrap up the book and start a new one so I can join in.
All right. That's going to happen anyways. Absolutely. Like I said, I think you're right. You know what? That's a great point. So here's what I'll do. I got the Jeffrey Ross book. I have this Chaos book, and maybe I'll.
The Art of the Comeback by Donald J. Trump.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
on my bookshelf. You should pick that one.
Because it's on your bookshelf. Well, okay.
You want a funny story? So there was this girl that I was hooking up with for a bit, and the first time she came over, we're like making out on the couch, and she stopped. She's like, "I gotta ask you." She had gone to the bathroom earlier, and she's like, "I saw your comforter on your bed is red, white, and blue."
Oh,
and you have the Trump sticker on your shelf. I have a big league Trump supporter sticker on my like hutch on my desk here. And then she goes, and over there you have on the bookshelf a Trump book. It's The Art of the Comeback. And she's like, I have to ask, are you some far right winger? I'm like, listen, the red, white, and blue comforter, the pillow set was the best one that they had at Macy's. Like the other ones all had gray, they were ugly. The Big League Trump supporter sticker is because my parents went to a rally in Rochester, New York, where they live, and they wanted to see the guy from The Apprentice. And the book, The Art of the Comeback, my uncle was going to sell it on eBay, and I said, "Hey, that's the guy from The Apprentice. Don't sell it. I'll take it." So, are you some far right winger?
It's so funny though.
That was great. She thought it was one of the Proud Boys.
Well, that's you know what though.
I just have to ask.
But the thing about it is that that's kind of the world we're going into. Like, I don't think that.
I just have to ask.
Oh boy.
Hey,
In the
how are
Trump
you?
book. Like, it's not even the art of the deal. He's not even known for this one.
No, that's the old one from the '80s, right? Where he's sitting in front of the like the World Trade Center or something,
Here.
like the Chrysler Building. Or I think I read that for a book report. Actually, he's sitting on a desk, and there's like he's sitting on a desk.
Look, he doesn't even look like the same person.
I know. Yeah. Oh no, no, that's a different one. That's not the one I was thinking. All
He
right.
doesn't even look like the same guy.
But it's weird.
He's
It's funny
150
because
pounds lighter in that picture.
I've known of Trump since I was little because watching wrestling, I watched WrestleMania 4 and 5 so many times, and it was at Trump Plaza or whatever. So I've known of Trump since I was in like 7.
Well, and the thing, I think the craziest part. Hey, let's go. Is the racist angle. Like, I mean, everybody loved him in the '80s. Everybody loved him in the '90s.
Yeah.
Nobody ever called him racist or anything else. And then he
He has an interlude on Method Man's album.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I said, that I guess that happens, and that's what's going on now. They demonize everybody.
It was a voicemail that he left for Method Man, like wishing him luck because they both lived in New York City.
Did you hear what happened with Ben Shapiro this week at the?
I don't really like that guy.
Really?
He talks too fast. He comes off like a douchebag.
Yeah, he comes out as a wicked douche.
I think that
He
younger
talks way
people
too
like him a lot.
fast. If he slowed down how he speaks, he'd come off like less of a pompous idiot.
Sometimes I slow it down just to, and it does.
A lot of people have said, like, listen to his podcast on like half speed.
Yeah. I've done that before. And actually, sometimes I'll speed up the KMS if I just finish it before the end of the day. Listen to it at like time and a half. But anyways,
I've never done that.
no, never.
I've never changed the speed of a podcast to listen to it. It's just me.
Are there any cookies?
Cookies. It's 11 o'clock at night.
Guess right, it is.
You can't!
Okay.
You can't tell me what to do!
Go. Well,
Both is getting birth control right now.
the spare. I know, right? The spare bedroom / studio is coming together quite nicely. In fact, I started running electric. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with the electric. I didn't need it, but the outlet, the panel is right behind the closet inside that room. So I just poked a bunch of like 120 volt wires through. I'm going to probably set up I have a little MIG welder. I think I'm going to set it up right outside on the back deck and learn how to weld. I've never done it before, so new
What are
hobby.
you gonna weld?
I've just been saving a bunch of metal. We swapped out. We just got a new washer and dryer, so I'm cutting all that up. Maybe some art or something at first, just to figure out how to do it. Like I said, that's one thing I don't know how to do is weld, so I want to learn.
I did that in high school, like when I was a freshman, because I went to a Volks, so you go through all the shops. So I made like a toolbox and shit like that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I missed that. I went to vocational school, but got wrapped up in electronics and never got out of the classroom.
But you did so. The Voc that you went to, they didn't do like explore like your freshman year. You didn't go through every shop to see what you wanted to do.
I slipped through the cracks quite a bit. I spent quite a bit of time in the special needs room, actually.
Sure.
So once I found the electronics, that's where I was. I did,
eventually when I went through all of them.
I didn't. I don't know why. But the vocational school was Spalding in Rochester, New Hampshire, and it was excellent, and it's what turned me into an electrical engineer. John Convoy was the guy. He's probably dead, I would imagine. It's in the other room. He gave me my first multimeter, which is just something that everybody uses all the time.
No, I used to have one. The guy who pretty much taught me everything, he's still alive currently. But yeah, there's quite a few. When you look through the yearbook, they're not around anymore.
Yeah. Oh, they were so old school. Like, if there was like a kid flunking, he'd be like, "Okay, Saturday, come to my house."
Yeah, right.
Wash the house, power wash the deck. I'll give you a B. You'll be fine.
But yeah, when I went to my Voc, your freshman year, because it was so. Your Voc was it one on, one off? Like, so 1 week you would take shop, and then the next week it would be your class week.
It was half days, so you would go, and that was just for the kids in the Rochester school. Everybody else, it was like a week on, week off, and they would bus them in. But we were attached to the school, so afternoon, like one semester afternoons would be all the Voc stuff, and then
ours was you'd have your whole week Monday through Friday class, and then the next week it would be your shop. So freshman year it was you'd go through every single one of them, and I ended up picking electronics myself. And then when I started my sophomore year, that's when they came out with the telecommunications portion of electronics, and I moved over to that, and I pretty much learned all the shit that I do now for work back then.
So with the telecommunications at the time, were you talking about like setting up like VIOPs?
No, we weren't even doing that. What we were doing was we learned how to put the ends on like a Cat 5.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. That's
like that. Learned how to do like punch down terminations.
Yeah.
And just a lot of like just learning how to like tip and ring like the old school shit, because this was back in '98.
Yeah.
So it was still a little before like when it really got big.
Yeah, I had a lot of that. They were bashing ITT Tech on the news today. I guess it was at least one of the campuses were fraudulent or something. I didn't go to ITT Tech, but I did go to a tech college too.
I didn't go to a tech college. I wish I did. Because then I probably would have started off better. I wouldn't have had to like wait so long in my career to get to where I am now.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Shit.
Vocational. After your first year, you started to focus in on the telecommunications.
Yeah, I mean, and like right before, like they were going to teach me all about the fiber optic stuff. But then I got my co-op job, so I wasn't even going to class at that point. So I wish I had learned that stuff back then too.
I think I would love for my son to go down the vocational route. I think that I love my job, but I think that there's just so many. Any of that
trade.
Yeah, plumbing is. I mean, it's pretty good work. You talk to those guys. It's not the greatest work, but they make good money. And
I enjoyed the plumbing class when I was going through all that. I enjoyed plumbing. I enjoyed electrical. I mean, the funniest thing too is like they would make you go through the shit like fashion and cosmetology and shit like that.
So yeah, I had a bunch of those actually. I remember I had typing. That was Like
Oh yeah, I mean, I was doing typing in in grade school.
we had programming too. Actually, it was on Apple like
Yeah,
2Es or something.
yeah.
But I remember doing programming on those.
Jumping in a little bit late to this conversation, but I did mention yesterday on Stock Talk Live to bring it back to student loans being relieved. I mentioned I think a good idea would be to reduce the stigma behind going to community college or going into trades.
Yeah.
I was certainly hand up. I'll admit it. I looked down on people that went to community college and didn't go to a 4-year university or college. People that went into trades, and guess what? Like, they're more well off than I am now. So
It's like that's
I was wrong,
We-
and I think I ended up going to a community college after, and was able to pay my own way. It's super affordable, and people that went to a trade straight out of high school, they started making tens of thousands of dollars, and I'm just accumulating debt.
there you go. That's exactly what I was going to say. Is that you go
And you work by now. A lot of those people that went into trades, they have their own business now.
Yep.
They worked for somebody else, and now they know enough, and they saved up enough. They have their own business, and now they're crushing it.
100%, and it's I mean, it's not easy. Nothing ever is, but you just like when you start young, it's a hell.
But
easy.
you think about how much fucking money does somebody that's a roofer get paid to do an entire roof? It's outrageous, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not a homeowner, but I just picked that.
Oh no, it's a good one, and they do have it down to a science. That's actually my uncle had a roofing company for 20, 30 years. I roofed with him for quite some time.
Something came up on my recommended videos on YouTube. It was like a roofer calls out an insurance agent, and the guy's basically defending his client. You're gonna say this is repairable. It's not salvageable. We need to do the whole roof.
Uh-huh.
And the insurance company didn't want to pay money for it. And he's like, we're gonna document this whole thing. This isn't on my client. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I've seen that stuff. My dad actually was a building inspector still is, and I did that with him on the side all the time. And
you're not a roofer, but you can tell me I'm doing it wrong, but you can't tell me the right way to do it.
Right, and they
one of those.
Yeah, and they can make the decision whether or not to give you money, but they're.
Yeah. You can inspect this shingle, and you're damaging it more than I inspected this shingle to try to do it the way you want me to.
I mean, at the end of the day, the insurance adjusters just send it back to actuaries. I would assume that sort of.
I want to marry an actuary.
Oh yeah, are they hot or something? I know
they're super smart and they make a lot of money.
That's true. Fair enough.
I realized very early in my accounting career I'm not gifted enough to be an actuary.
Well, I know. Well, so I've always related actuaries to the wise guys in Vegas. It's the same type of magic to me. I can't figure it out, but that they do it, and they do it so consistently that
it's all tables. I don't like accounting. I don't think that actuarial science has changed much in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Couple things here and there.
What drew you to it?
When I went from a 4-year school to community college, I was trying to figure out a new major, and my mom said take an accounting class. And basically, long story short, I spent a lot of time in the library because it wasn't convenient for me to drive home and then drive back for my afternoon classes. So I just studied, and I did really well in accounting.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah,
it's in between classes, just go out to my car, smoke weed. I specifically remember during a snowstorm, they never closed because you lose money from the state. and I walked in and I had a joint that I had rolled, and I was just smoking it next to an actual cigarette smoker, and they gave me a weird eye. I put it out in the snow-covered ashtray and just walked into class.
So it's kind of the law is a little bit weird out there right now because you
In
can.
New York, it's legal.
It's store, but do they have stores like
So
Trees-
there are stores that are not regulated.
Well, that's what I was saying, and so
There's a place that I go to. I don't want to incriminate them because I don't want them to get closed. But it's over on SU's campus, so they really got it going on. Like
from what
people in the apartments there can walk right over, no problem. They do a ton of business, but it's not regulated, and it comes in these like shitty fucking bags.
yeah, well, that's kind of what it's like.
Right, but when I buy from a
But I know it's
dispensary
not
in Massachusetts, it's like a glass jar.
No, fair enough.
Sometimes it's got the
Absolutely.
13%. Like I know it's been tested.
No,
It's sealed. I mean, these are sealed. Like I cut the top off of this, but
yeah,
I
no.
mean, if I buy an ounce, I'm getting fucking 8 of these baggies. Fuck you.
Right. Well, I have family out in the Buffalo area, and I guess you can get it on the reservations out there pretty easily.
There's a place about 45 minutes from me. Tony from Maine knows about it. It's Union Falls, I think, Union Springs, but it's technically on a reservation in the Finger Lakes, and
Yeah.
I got a eighth of Gorilla Glue for $50 and no tax. It's just $50 flat.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Cash, you're walking out the door.
Yeah, I've yet to go, but I'm definitely gonna check it out at some point.
And the place that I go, it's all right. Sometimes they got like really, really dirt cheap shit. I got an eighth for $20. So
The place
I mean, three eighths for was 64 and change.
There's a place in Brockton I really like. Is Emerald Greens.
Well, that's why I can't wait to come to Hampstead, and that'll be close, and I'll stock up.
Definitely at least.
I talked to Pat. I'm with this higher paying job. I'm gonna get sucked into the dab game. I just know it. It's you guys. I see it too much. I know they fucked me up. I've done one with the fucking blowtorch, and I thought I was a heavy smoker at the time, and I was on the moon. So I think it would actually save me money.
Certainly, like if you go up to Maine and you buy the
But I'm saying like concentrates. I'll use so little because.
Well, especially if you get something like this, just because so you can load this up, get a session off of it, get fucked up, and there's still gonna be some left.
Yeah.
Like I can probably get if I load like a good rice sized dab in this, I can probably hit this like 3 sessions, and go through about a minute and a half.
3 days.
There you go.
That's 3 days.
So that's like a half of a hit for High Blind Mike.
Ha. Ha.
I'll dab off with that motherfucker any day of the week. You guys can clip this.
Passing it around to his coworkers.
His dab count is
Fugazi.
he wants to say that I let people hit my puff go. He brings this to work.
Oh
I
yeah. I
couldn't do that.
didn't start anything. I always seem to.
I couldn't do that in good conscience.
I could if I wanted to,
Conscience.
but I can't bring this with me when I go to work.
I can't.
No.
I'll have my.
I keep it
about
for I keep it for after work. I can't do that.
That's something like that. Because I'll eventually get one of those are the peaks, the peak plus, I think, the one that keeps count.
Peak Pro.
Peak Pro. Yeah, I've definitely looked at them, and I think they're awesome. So I'll get around to it.
It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. I
No, I'm here for the debate Puffco versus Dr. Dabber.
have the little Puffco pen. I love that.
Oh,
I don't need both.
Oh. Thanks, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go to bed.
We're done. Hour and a half. We're
I
good.
think we did an hour and a half. That's good.
I'm good.
I got to do another 2 hours tomorrow night.
All right, thanks, guys.
8 o'clock.
No problem. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. It's 4:20 somewhere.
No. The draft's 8:30.
The draft is at 8:30. The show will start at
Show's
8,
at 8.
like normal, because we'll all come together. We'll all shoot the shit, and we'll kind of go over like rules and anything like that. That's what I wanted to do beforehand. And then the draft will start at 8:30. The second annual 420 Terpene Premier League.
That sounds very exciting. I can't wait to check it out. I will definitely be tuning in, at least for some of it.
All right, sounds good.
Show us at 8, boys.
Sounds good. Have a great night.